Welcome to day 5 of my Disney World Challenge, where I've been given £3,000 by voiceoverguide.co.uk to see how far I can make that stretch at Walt Disney World. We're over halfway through the trip and I have just £334.48 left. Today I'm heading to the Character Warehouse outlet and EPCOT Food and Wine, two activities that could be pretty pricey. So let's see how the budget gets on.
Good morning from the Diamond Premium outlets. I'm here. This morning it's not bright and early, it's actually 11 AM because the Disney Character Warehouse is about to open. I had an amazing time at Halloween Horror Nights last night, but I had a very late night. I didn't get back to the hotel till 2:30. Today is going to be a nice relaxing day. We're going to have a look in the outlet, see what's available, and then we're going to go to EPCOT Food and Wine, which is going to be awesome. There is a very, very long queue to get in. Now this is normal, whatever day you arrive. If you come first thing in the morning, it will have a queue, and actually throughout the day it tends to have a queue as well. So just be prepared. It is Disney, it's another queue. Let's see what they've got in there today. Okay, we're in. It took about 30 minutes to get in, but let's have a look what we have in store. We have a Spirit jersey with all the classic bells on, and you do have these Mickey bags. These are $40, but I think they're pretty cool. We also have lounge rides for $40. We've got Run Disney and Spider-Man. We've got some Coco ears, some puzzles, drinkware, a lot of Coco stuff. There's also lots of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I find that quite a lot in here actually. They have Haunted Mansion Crocs. They have a Haunted Mansion chess set. They have some serving bowls, and they do have a really cool bottle, which is awesome. The bottle is $14.99. They have this Coco shirt, and it's only $19.99, which is incredible. They've actually got loads and loads of Coco merch, including this very cute cup. I love the shirt. Also have this very cute Haunted Mansion shirt. It's only $14.99, but it's very small. We've also got some Haunted Mansion ornaments and a model. And they've also got lots and lots of bottles. I like the Scarlet Witch one. Today seems like quite a good day for the merch, which is very exciting. This is a very cute popcorn bucket. We have lots of mugs, which I'm trying not to look at because I can't really have them, but they're amazing. They also have some of the ears where you can build your own set of ears and you just pick the characters that you want to attach. So they've got some Toy Story characters and Yoda. This is a cake topper and it's amazing. They've got a whole Marvel section. This lounge bar is only $45, which I think is pretty amazing. And they've also got some cool clothing as well. They've got these kind of sweatshirts that are quite nice, and I think they're reversible. So like on the inside they have a different design, and these are $30. They have a 2025 sweatshirt on sale. Have this very, very cool Star Wars jacket. I love that. They also have some bags on offer. They're pretty good prices. They're like $20 and $25. They do also have brands in here. I think this is Lily Pulitzer, who I'm not super familiar with, but I do know that this is a brand, so you can get some of these designs. They also have clothes from the dress shop, which I think is so cute. They've also got lots of Run Disney, which is really fun. They have this Lululemon little bag, which is $35, and they've also got these lug bags, which are also $35. They also have these iconic Crocs, I love them. They've then got a whole Star Wars area. They've got a lounge ride for $39. They've got this really cool jacket, which is $35 as well. And I love the shirt. I thought that today they had quite a lot of nice items in, which is great, because sometimes you'll go in and it's like maybe not stuff you like or maybe not your size, and other times they'll have lots of things. So I did make a purchase. I did get the Haunted Mansion Crocs, because they are so cool. I did get a little lug bag, and I also got the I got one of the Big Hero 6 Baymax bags. So those are $20 for those big ones, and on the back it says Walt Disney World, so you can either use it as a Baymax bag or a Walt Disney World bag. The budget is going well so far, so I feel like this probably will be in the budget, but I don't want to like preemptively spend all the money and then can't eat. So it was super hot in that queue, and I've become super dehydrated. So what I have done is I've gone to a Starbucks, which is right opposite. So you could always get here a bit early, get a little drink, wait in the queue. That's probably what I should have done, rather than just dehydrate myself. But I've gone for a pink drink, and I've never had one of these before, and it's strawberry acai with coconut milk and vanilla, and then you get bits of strawberry in it as well. And it was $6.66, and that was £4.93. And it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, coffee and stuff is getting very expensive now, but it's one of those weird things that you go, oh, £4 something isn't too bad, because we just got so used to how expensive it is. So let's try then. Oh my god, that's amazing. It tastes like a strawberry milkshake, but with real strawberries instead of like that synthetic strawberry flavour. That's amazing. That's going to be so refreshing. Just what we need in the heat. Coming to the character warehouse was probably a flaw because when you see things and they are so heavily reduced, you kind of go, I'm going to have to get this. I think many people have probably resorted to putting things on the credit card. They've brought their budget with them and then gone, well, I might have to get that. So we'll see how it goes. But it came to just over $100 and I got 4 items. But because it's like some of it's like branded stuff like Crocs and Lug, I think that's really, really not too bad. So let's see. And the rest of the trip shouldn't be too expensive. Today we are doing food and wine, which can get a little bit pricey because obviously you're buying small plates. They're not like the cost of a meal, but you buy multiple of them. So we'll see how that budget goes. And then, I don't want to say it because it's horrible, but we've only got 2 more days after this, which is outrageous. So I think we're still on track. I think we're doing well. I'm very impressed by this, and I think that's the thing. The whole point of this challenge was to kind of see, with a budget that's kind of reasonable, what you would expect to go to Disney World with. How many different ways can you get the most out of a trip? Because obviously you could do a completely shoestring trip where it's like you get breakfast in the room, maybe you go to a supermarket and you bring your own lunches, or you cook your own dinners if you're staying off site. You could not ever have multi-pass, not do carriage dining. There's loads of ways you can really strip back the costs, but how much does that impact your experience? So I wanted to do a way to show that you can do all the things you want to do at Disney but still make it affordable. And I've even been impressed. I'm like, I can't believe all the things we've managed to do. Which is so good. And it's that thing, I've been putting off buying merch because I've been wanting to wait till the end of the trip, and I'm still like, no, you need to wait, and I'm like, it is getting towards the end of the trip, which is horrible to say out loud. We won't mention it, but I'm like, we do have some money to play around with there, so we can calm down. But I'm just so impressed because, like I said, we've done carriage dining, we've had multi-pass. I've still got multi-pass coming up later in the trip as well. That was already pre-purchased. We've had a bar experience at Vegan Barrel, which was incredible. We've done shopping, dining. Like, there's not any area of the trip where I felt like I'm missing out, or like, oh, I feel like I'm on a budget, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I'd like to have done that, but I can't. Never. This is exactly the way I would visit Disney. So it's just been so wonderful. And it's actually been nice because normally when I come, obviously everyone has a budget in mind, they put money aside. But I tend to be someone who looks up all the things they want to do and then try and make a way to make that amount of money. So I could bring it with me. Whereas this time it was the opposite of like, this is the set amount that you have, and then to work backwards to see as many things you could fit into that. And that's actually been a really great way to do it. It's probably a more sensible way to do it as well. So it's great going forward with future trips. Actually, if I set this amount of budget, these are all the things I can do. So it's been absolutely wonderful. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to VoiceOver Guy for making this trip possible and for setting this incredible challenge. It is unbelievably generous of him, and it's such an amazing opportunity, and it's really, really been the most wonderful experience. And I just have to say a massive thank you to VoiceOver Guy. He's been such a wonderful supporter of the channel, and I always find it really, really fun to chat to him because it blows my mind all of the places that I've heard him, and I had no idea because he's that talented. So do go check out his website because he is one of the most recognisable voiceovers in the UK, but also worldwide. And you can see all the places that you've heard him, which is so much fun. And that's the thing now when I'm out about, I'm like, this is Guy. So I absolutely love that. But what an absolutely incredible opportunity this has been. And it's been really eye-opening for me as well, because it's been an opportunity to use all of my tips and tricks to get the most out of the trip. And
like I say, it hasn't felt like I'm on a budget at all. I've done everything I wanted, so it's been absolutely incredible, and we've still got way more to do. And we've still got money to play with, which is absolutely incredible. I have now arrived in Epcot and I have picked up my festival passport, so I know what vegan options are on offer. And there's quite a few, but I'm not going to have all of them. Some of them I've had before and I'm like, I don't need to try them again. But some that I loved, I'm going to get again. And of course, I'm going to try the new ones. So let's get in. It's about 1 o'clock, so it's perfect to get some lunch. Luckily, the booths tend to be all kind of close together, so I'm going to do some for lunch and some for dinner. But let's get in and let's get started eating. It is absolutely sweltering today. Luckily, it's not too humid. It's just very, 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 very hot. So I'm going to try and get the food and then go to some places that are either in the shade or indoors, because it is so warm. And I definitely need to keep drinking a lot. I've got a little bit of a headache, but I think that's also because I've had no sleep. No sleep, too hot, dehydrated. It's not a good situation. But I've got my Powerade with me, so I'm going to down that. And I might swing by Club Cool, because you know, we've got to stay cool. And if they're giving us a club to do it, we better go in and get some drinks. Time to go get some drinkies. Today I'm just going to get some of my favourite drinks. We're not doing Beverly. We're not doing Beverly today. We know we don't like it. But this cucumber Sprite is so refreshing. I need them to start selling this. I love cucumber water, and this is like next level. So good. Viva raspberry is also really, really good, really refreshing. We need more raspberry flavoured things. Why don't we have any raspberry flavoured drinks? What's going on? There's nothing better on a hot day than some watermelon. And again, why don't we have watermelon flavoured drinks? Everyone loves watermelon. What are we doing? Why are we getting drinks wrong? Oh my god, that's so good. And it's really, really sweet as well. It's lovely. So I'm feeling a little bit more hydrated now. Although I'm feeling so hot. It's actually, like, this is the first time on this trip that I felt hot. Which is why probably you're now like, oh, she won't stop saying it's hot. Which is what you're probably going to hear for the rest of the vlog. Every 30 seconds. It's so hot. It's so hot. I don't know why we do it. I don't know if it's a British thing or if everyone does this, but when it's hot, we have to just constantly remind ourselves it's hot so that we feel comfortable that we've addressed the fact that it is hot. It's so hot. So I'm just going to go and find some place to wash my hands and start digging in, because we're ready for the food, we're ready, we're hydrated, we're ready to go. First up, I'm going to Flavours from Fire for the Montreal style slider. This booth has a partnership with Impossible Meat, so you know it's going to be tasty. This is one of the dishes that I had last year, and I think it comes with like a tomato jam and bits and bobs, so it's kind of like a traditional burger, but instead of like ketchup you had tomato jam, so they've kind of like elevated it a bit, made it a bit funky. So very excited to try this, and I'd love to know who invented the slider, because they're like, I love a burger, they're too big, it's just like a mini baby burger. So I have got the Montreal style slider, and it's really interesting because this time it looks like, I'm going to say a smash burger. I don't actually know what a smash burger is, but you know where it looks like they've kind of smashed it down, which is why I'm assuming it's a smash burger, rather than like a normal patty, which looks nice, but it makes it feel more like homemade. You also get some tomato jam, you get some vegan cheese, some lettuce. It looks really, really good. So let's dive into this. I love this, just a tiny burger. I think it's hysterical. So let's try it. That's really good. This is much better than I remember it. Last time I remember thinking, it's okay. It's just a burger, but this is really delicious. The burger itself is so juicy and succulent. It's absolutely amazing. The cheese is really creamy. The tomato gives a little bit of a tang. This is an amazing option, and it was $6. And what's interesting is when you go to the booths, they don't add tax on top, so whatever you see is what you pay, which is normally unusual because tax is added afterwards. So $6 for a little bite to eat, not bad.
That was so good. Like I say, so much better than I remember it. I remember just thinking before, this burger, that was delicious, particularly the burger itself, where it kind of is like a smash. I'm just saying it as if I know what I'm talking about, but you really get kind of like that char everywhere. It was so good. The only downside is I'm at a standing table and it's metal and it's roasting hot, so if you accidentally lean on it, you're like, oh! So don't do that. Just rest your things on there, but don't touch it yourself. I'm going to start glistening, just so we're aware, because it is so hot. And I know this is about the 5th time I've already mentioned this in about 5 minutes. It's so hot. So I've just had the burger. So now, let's go get some fries. I had these last time. The yucca fries were really good. And they came with like a really nice aioli. So we're going to go get them again. You know, if you've had a burger, you've got to have fries, right? The fan's coming out. It's the first time during the trip I've had to do this, but I'm having to do it because there's a little bit of a queue and we're getting a little bit toasty. I apologise for the weird angle. I've managed to find a little place to perch in the shade, which is the difference is huge. It's amazing. So these come with a garlic cilantro aioli, and they're really thick cut, which is really nice. And I remember really liking these before. So let's have a little dip into them now. They're very cute. I like that they have a different texture to normal fries. Like they're super crisp on the outside, and the inside is not. It is a bit more firm than a traditional fry. It's just a really interesting texture, but it tastes amazing. And you really get a sense of the garlic with the aioli, and they give you loads of sauce, so this is really good. This was $5.75, and again, like it's just a nice portion size, and that's what I do like about Food and Wine, is you can get a little bit of multiple things. You're not going to get like super full eating one, but that's nice because then you have the option to try multiple dishes. So I wanted to give you the prices in pounds. So the burger was $6, which was £4.44, and the fries were $5.75, which was £4.25. So again, I feel like they're quite reasonable prices. They're not that expensive for a little bite. Both less than £5, which is absolutely fantastic. It is so hot that I'm thinking about going on test track. One, for the air conditioning in the building, and two, to get the wind in my face. Because it's so hot right now. This is something about Food and Wine Day and having a set day that's just Food and Wine. If you're at your own place, if you want to sit down in the shade, cool down, you can do that. If you see a ride, you fancy going on, you can do it. It's just so nice just to look at. Where I'm sat had a lovely breeze, but I'm still a bit warm. And I'm going to have a little break before my next dish. So let's do test track single rider. This does look quite busy because the single rider queue is back to the door. However, it does feel like it moves quite quickly in this queue.
Let me show you how I see the world.
By using advanced cameras and sensors, vehicles are constantly scanning the road ahead, helping to prepare us for any surprises. Woo, nicely done.
Keep moving forward, finding new ways to drive to a brighter tomorrow.
Ready to see what else lies beyond the horizon?
Let's go!
Always, it's such a good time to go on test track. It was actually quite a long wait, but that was kind of nice because the air conditioning was so needed and so lovely. That's the thing, I now feel so normal that I'm like, I've completely forgotten how hot it is outside. I also forgot to put my ears on, which was shocking, because when I was at the outlet, I didn't have them on, and then I got here and I completely forgot about them. So we've completed the outfit now, and we're going to go back outside, and I think we're going to have one more dish, and then I might have a little bit of a break. I'm still feeling a bit tired from Halloween Horror Nights, and also it's potentially going to rain quite a lot. So, I might expect to do anything. It might already be raining. Let's have a look. Okay, interestingly, it's not raining, but there are people with umbrellas up, maybe they're using it for shade, although thankfully the sun has gone in a little bit because it has become a bit cloudy. So the temperature has dropped, which is lovely. So let's go get our final dish for lunch. And then maybe we'll have a little bit of a break. Because it has been so hot and I'm going through my drinks so quickly, I think I'm going to go get a frozen slushie. I obviously love a frozen Coke, but they've got a Fanta watermelon, which sounds delicious, so I'm going to get that. On a hot day, this is so nice and refreshing. I do love how the slushie is kind of a little bit fizzy, but watermelon, perfect. I always think it's funny because I come with a list of snacks to try, and I never ever try them because all I care about is frozen drinks and freezing cold drinks. This is a prime example of it. So this was $6.25, which is £4.62. And I think that's the thing that's interesting. Like, once you convert things to pounds for a theme park, I don't think it's terrible. But if you go to UK theme parks, obviously everything is overpriced. Or even Disneyland Paris, honestly. But I don't feel like quick service foods or snacks at Disney World are particularly overpriced. I mean, I suppose over £4 for a frozen drink is a lot, but in Florida you'll do anything for frozen drinks. It seems reasonable. It's actually kind of nice because it's clouded over a bit and it's got a bit windy, so it's just like, the nice cool breeze now. So I'm just gonna have my little drink and then head to our final snack location for lunch. So next up, I am at Blue Wing Lab because they have the Impossible chicken tenders. I've had these before and they were great. I did prefer them when they were the Brussels sprouts. This is still really good. So I have got these chicken tenders. They're Impossible. They have buffalo sauce, a creamy sauce on top, which I can't remember what it is. It's some sort of aioli, and feta cheese. I've forgotten to pick up a knife and fork, and I'm on my own. And it's like every man for himself out here getting a table. So I'm gonna have to just eat these with my fingers, I think, and hope for the best. These do not feel particularly warm. They have obviously not been out for a while. The taste is great. I just wish these were warmer. They are quite cold. The buffalo sauce, really tasty. You do get a little bit of kick of heat, but the feta cheese is so delicious and it goes so well with it. So yeah, I would say flavour, great. Love these, but they are cold, which does let it down because obviously you would like these to be hot. I would actually say out of all of the dishes I've had, that's the tastiest. It's got the most flavour. It was just sad that it was cold, but I think I might go back now and have a little break, and then come back for dinner and explore more of the World Showcase. It's one of those things, like at this particular moment I'm not super tired, but I do know that, you know, I sit down for a bit and then I think, I'm very tired. So I'm like, let's go and have a little break and come back. And I always love a food and wine day because it is just such a relaxing day of the trip. You're not in a hurry, you're not in a rush. If you want to have a little break, you can. And like I say, I normally always do the midday break. And I think I've only done that one day this trip. So today it'll be nice to go and do that, recuperate, and then come back later to do even more dining. The weekends in the parks are always busier because, of course, a lot of people who are visiting from the US will do a long weekend, and you could definitely feel it today. Like, it is definitely very busy in EPCOT. So again, it's another great way of being in the park and having lots of Disney fun, but you're not kind of being bothered by ride wait times and stuff like that, because I'm not really here for the rides today. So it's just the perfect weekend day. I decided to walk through Creation Shop because air conditioning. And look what I've just found. It's my two favourite guys on their own bag for the Food and Wine Festival. I love it. They also have the monorail salt and pepper shakes in here. So it's not just Disney Springs that you can see them. The weather has brightened up again. It's starting to get really hot again. I would like to try and get some photos before I leave. One, because I just love photographs. I think it's amazing. But two, the dress I've got on today, it is not directly Disney related, but it very much reminds me of the cast member shirt that they used to wear in World Showcase that had like all the flags on it. It kind of gives the vibe of that. So I'm like, if you're in Epcot with an Epcot vibe dress, then I think you need to get some photos of it. So let's see. Normally at the front of the park there's lots of photographs photographers, so let's go and find them. So I am now back in Epcot. I had a little nap at the hotel. I find you get to a certain point in your holiday, I think this is the point where you suddenly feel a bit meh, and I think it's because I've been having a lot of late nights, you're still jet lagged, you've been eating food you're not used to, and you've been doing super long days and a lot of walking, your body goes, what are we doing? So I always find you will get like an evening of the trip where you feel a bit like, oh, but I've come back to Epcot. And I'm actually going to start the opposite way around World Showcase because there's some more dishes that I want to try for food and wine. And let's get into the park. The temperature has cooled down a lot, which is very nice. It's much more comfortable now. So let's go and enjoy the rest of the day at Epcot. Something that I really love about Spaceship Earth is throughout the different times of the day, the sun hits it in different places. So it looks really different throughout the day, which I really love. And I kind of like it when it's this time of night where you've got one side that's kind of really shiny and bright and the other side that is getting a bit darker. And then of course tonight it'll all be lit up, which is amazing. Originally today I did actually have a reservation to go to Geo 82. However, because it was at a time that I thought I might be having a break, I cancelled it. But it's also the fact that once I went to the Beacon Barrel and had an amazing time there, but also realised how once you add tax and tip, expensive the drinks get very quickly, so I decided, okay, maybe we'll skip over it for this trip because Geo 82 is much more expensive. Cocktails are around $26 without tax and tip, so very easily they will become a $30 drink. And where we are being budget conscious, I was like, do you know what, we can save that for another trip. We've been doing lots of amazing things and today we can just focus on food and wine, so I will definitely visit that in a future visit. But a $30 drink sounded a little bit much, and you know, that's a t-shirt, that's a piece of merch, that's something else you can have for the trip. So I have cancelled that, and we'll experience it another time, but I think it was the right thing to do because there's no way I think I could have powered through and stayed all day. So I have come to Bramblewood Bites for my first pick, and it's going to be the Brussels sprouts with vegetables. I think they're like grilled in an iron pan or something. It sounds quite nice. I love Brussels sprouts, so I'm so glad that there was a Brussels sprout option on the menu. Before the chicken tenders that I had that were buffalo used to be Brussels sprouts, which I loved. And I actually think I preferred that, but I'm glad they've got a new Brussels sprout option. This looks so nice. You have a mixture of veggies. You also have cranberries, which I feel like it's quite an American thing to have like fruits in either a salad or like with vegetables. So I'm like, that would be very interesting. But the Brussels sprouts look incredible. I'm so excited to try this. And you can actually, I'm stood right next to these food booths and they've got like a massive grill and you can smell all of the like smoke from the grill. So it's very nice to be able to see that as well. So let's try the lovely Brussels sprouts. That is really nice. They don't have any bitterness that sometimes Brussels sprouts can have. And they've got like a nice bit of a char. You can almost taste like the, there's some sort of seasoning. I don't know what they've put on it, but it gives it just a little bit of extra flavour. But they are really perfectly cooked, like so tasty. You also have some pumpkin seeds. The cranberry is actually really nice because it adds like a little bit of sweetness. And I was worried. I was like, what's it going to be like? Really good. Totally works. Some of the other veg is a little bit al dente, not as done as I would perhaps like, but I think this is a really great flavour, and it's so nice to just have a bowl full of veggie. Especially because, like, earlier on with the buffalo chicken tenders, sorry, part of the treat just fell down. But with the buffalo chicken tenders, it's kind of very like heavy and rich and foamy, whereas this, it's just like super delicious to have like all of these amazing veggies, and it tastes very much like fall. It's very much an autumnal dish, so it's perfect for spooky season. So it turns out that putting cranberries in is amazing, and I need to start doing that immediately. And it was so nice to have the sweetness of the cranberry and the crunch of the sunflower seed, which really added to this. Like I say, some of the other veg was a bit hard, so I left a bit of it. But the Brussels sprouts are amazing, and this is a really good dish. I think this is probably my second favourite. My first favourite for flavour is still the chicken tenders. However, them being cold was really off-putting today. But this is really good. So the Brussels sprouts were $5 or £3.70, which I think is amazing value. Like I say, like food and wine, you do come into it thinking, oh god, how much am I going to spend? But actually, this stuff's kind of affordable, which is amazing. There are a few other dishes to try, but I am so full, and I think it's because today it's been so hot. Your just appetite is suppressed, and I've just been drinking loads and loads and loads. But there is one dessert that I do want to try, because if you can get a dessert that's vegan at Food and Wine, you've got to get that. So I'm definitely going to get that, and it could be my final dish of the day. But I am going to take a little walk around World Showcase. Forest and Field do have a vegan chili in a bread bowl. I just think that's going to be too much right now, but it does sound good. So next up, I have come to Shimmering Chips for a dessert. Here they have a strawberry champagne truffle, which is new this year. This restaurant used to have the most amazing guava cake. It was delicious, and sadly that has been replaced this year. But I'm really excited to try this trifle and see if it's good. I didn't know it came with a little fancy thing on top, so let's try this. It's kind of like a Rice Krispie treat that almost has like white chocolate and like cranberries in, which is a nice extra surprise. A nice bit of crunch compared to this, which is going to be more creamy. And then you also have the trifle. It has quite a few different layers, which I suppose you would expect with a trifle. The top layer looks kind of like see-through, so I'm assuming that's some sort of jelly. Then there's some sort of like cream layer, and then right at the bottom is a strawberry, I think. So let's try this top bit first. Okay. Well, yeah, it is nice and creamy. You don't get a strong taste of the strawberry. No. It is nice and creamy. You don't get a strong taste of the champagne. But I'm going to try and get a bit that also has a strawberry in. It's going to sound ridiculous, but it reminds me of a fruit corner that you would get in the UK. So you get like the yoghurt and then the strawberry that you dip into it. It's very similar to that. So yeah, it is nice. It is kind of like a trifle without like the cake layer. And I think it's a really nice treat. I think it will be like a lighter dessert, which is nice, because sometimes when you've been eating around the world, and particularly during Food and Wine, you're stuffed. This is going to be a really nice dessert. I still think the guava cake was better because it was unbelievable. But this is a really, really nice alternative. There are a lot of bugs over there, so I'm taking my little trifle on an adventure around the world. So we have now entered Canada, and yeah, it's just so lovely to take a stroll and do like a little world trip of 11 countries in one evening. So the trifle was $5.75, which is £4.25. So again, like really great prices. So even though you end up buying multiple dishes, they're kind of not too expensive. So it works out fine. And even though they are small portions, they are still quite filling. I'm just like slowly savouring this because I am stuffed. Canada is a pavilion that has one of these Circle Vision 360 films, but weirdly they make me feel really motion sick, so I'm going to skip over this. Something that I think is really underappreciated is how much amazing flora and fauna this park has. Like, it's so pretty, even when it's not Flower and Garden Festival. Right next to Canada is the UK pavilion, so I'm going to exit our Commonwealth neighbour and come over to the UK pavilion. I always like to have a little look in the shop to see what they're selling. And interestingly, some of the things I've never seen before, and I'm like, do they just not sell it in Portsmouth? Or are these things that we just don't really sell but they think we sell? It's just so beautiful, this park, and I think it's so easy to kind of skip past because you're getting all your drinks and food and stuff. It's stunning. This is definitely a Disney-fied version though of the UK. We do have these lovely little chocolate box towns, but they are few and far between. Like, this definitely isn't what Portsmouth looks like. Oh, I do like that you get the ears for each country. That's so fun. And you can get a London backpack and make you looking very much like a gentleman. They also have spirit jerseys and t-shirts for the UK and a little Christmas ornament, which is very cute. There's also a really fun shirt. They also have some Rose and Crown merchandise if you want to represent that back at home. And then, of course, we've got some Beatles merchandise. And this is my personal favourite, the tiny corgi. It's got some swords on sale. I don't think you can get that home, but here we go. Here, this is what I want to know about the sweet treats they're selling as well. Because some of these I know of, but some of these I don't know. I do love that they've got some heavy hitters like McVitie's Digestive and Jammy Dodgers, which is awesome. And then we have a shop that has lots of characters like Winnie the Pooh. I'm totally coming around to Winnie the Pooh. I've changed my opinion. I'm now a big fan. They have lots and lots of Winnie the Pooh merchandise in here. It's incredible. And they also have a whole Mary Poppins section, which is lovely. A few years ago, it was announced that there was going to be a Mary Poppins attraction in this land, and then it's quietly gone away. So we don't know if it's been officially shelved or if it's just been put on hiatus. But maybe it will come around one day. Love this. Love it. Love it all. Absolutely incredible. The hats that are these big characters, I think, are hysterical. They've also got the awesome range of Winnie the Pooh stuff that I love. I love these clothes. But they really have everything Winnie the Pooh. It's absolutely amazing. If you like Winnie the Pooh, this is your shop. Around the back it is super, super peaceful if you want to come and have somewhere to sit down and rest. And they do also sometimes have a live band. I think they've finished for tonight, but it does look super, super fun. And interestingly, if you come right to the back, they do have a Winnie the Pooh meet and greet in Christopher Robin's room. I'm going to see if it's open, but it might be shut. I think it's shut. But you can get a little glimpse inside. It looks so, so cute. And what a lovely place to go and meet Winnie. And I think it's so hidden that you don't really know about it. But next trip we'll do this. But I think people don't talk enough about how beautiful EPCOT is. Because look how stunning this is. It's just so, so lovely. And I think it's partly because where EPCOT can be very, very busy, it's quite hectic sometimes. There's a lot of people wandering around, so you don't always go off the beaten track to go to these places, but they're so lovely when you do. I'm going to go in one more shop. There's a lot of shops in the UK Pavilion, so let's see what they've got in here. We have lots of Alice in Wonderland merch. And that's the thing, there's actually quite a lot of Disney IPs that are from UK authors. It's lovely to see them represented. I absolutely love that you can get the teacups and it's a scented candle. There's also some Christmas ornaments. Of course you've got things like Big Ben and a telephone box, Corgi of course, and tea, which I love. We also have a whole section of Peter Pan merchandise because, as we say, a lot of UK authors wrote these stories. I love this, that's amazing. So we've got lots of Tinkerbell stuff. These ears are really cute. And then we've also got a mini range that says Fancy a Cuppa, which I'm obsessed with. That's awesome. And the rest of the shop is pretty busy because it is all tea. You can get lots of tea products in here. And you can also get British classics like Quality Street. But it's just very, very peaceful here. They've got really beautiful gardens. And yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely pavilion. So we're going to carry on now and head by to our friends across the channel in France. I had never done the photocast location in the UK before, so I was like, oh, I'm going to do it because you get like a little sign, and I was like, this is going to be fun. And the photocast photographer was so incredible. She was so, so lovely. And this is what I really like about Disney, is that everyone here is so friendly, so nice. So if you are on a solo trip, you end up speaking to so many different people, be it cast members or fellow guests, and you have these like wonderful interactions, and they really, really make your trip so you never ever feel like you're really on your own, because you're either chatting to people here, or maybe you're on your phone in a queue, checking in back home. So there's so much to see and do. There's very little downtime, but when there is, you're normally chatting to someone or checking in back home, so you never ever ever feel on your own, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I've had so many lovely interactions this trip with people, and like I say, American people are so friendly and so chatty, and it's one of the things I absolutely love about coming here, because you just speak to everyone. It's amazing. We're not using the Eurotunnel, instead we're going over a little bridge and we're going to end up in France. This is a really beautiful time of night where everything starts getting lit up. We might quickly have a little look at Ratatouille and see what's going on. However, it is already 8 PM, time is running away with me, so I do want to be able to kind of go around the whole of World Showcase and see the fireworks. And now I'll probably watch the fireworks kind of towards the Mexico Pavilion. So we'll see what's going on with Ratatouille, maybe just have a peek, and then we might have to skip over going on the ride just because I want to make sure I can see all the different pavilions. I think if I had stayed instead of having a little nap, I would have gone on the Skyliner just on a round trip to Hollywood Studios, because I absolutely love going on the Skyliner just for fun. And I'm sad to have not done it this trip, but again, you know, it's a reason to come back, isn't it? So I didn't get to go on the Skyliner. I'll have to fly 3,000 miles to do it. But, you know, I do love that. And something I also have never done, which I want to do, is the monorail from Epcot to Magic Kingdom. I've never done that, so I have no idea what the journey is like, what the routes are, what you see. So there's still loads of things, and that's what I think is amazing, that whenever you come to Disney World, there's always still things you haven't done, because there's just so much you can do here. And that's so remarkable, because I think a lot of people are like, why do you keep going back? And I'm like, because every trip is completely different. There's always new things to see and do. I love Ratatouille as a film. It's one of my favourites, and in particular I love Emile. He really reminds me of my cat Jaffa. I don't know why, but he just really reminds me of Jaffa, and I just love Emile because of it. So sadly, I don't think I'm going to have time to do the ride tonight, but interestingly, in about 2 weeks' time, I am going to Disneyland Paris. I'm definitely going to ride it whilst I'm there, because that is going to then shut down for a refurbishment. But I think they're going to be adding some new scenes, which is very exciting. So, great news, guys. There's going to be 2 vlog series running alongside each other. So you're going to have a Disney World and a Disneyland Paris vlog series. But I haven't even really even thought about that trip, because I've been so excited to go to Disney World. And every now and then I'm like, oh, it won't be long till I'm there. So I will definitely go on Remy whilst I'm there. But let's head around the world and get to see some more of the places. We've got to go to my absolute favourite. My absolute favourite is Germany, and we've got to go hang out there. The French Pavilion also has some unique shops, like you can get lots of pavilions here. And yeah, it's just really nice. If you want to get anything specifically from France itself, that is incredible. They also do have a film here that you can watch all about France if you like, and a Disney Beauty and the Beast sing-along. One of the great things about Food and Wine is, of course, it just brings so many extra food options to this park. You already have a lot of restaurants here, but there's booths dotted all around World Showcase. So there's just so much for you to try and enjoy. And next up, we have the Morocco Pavilion, which is so beautiful in general, but at night it is just next level stunning. It's amazing. I just had some more photos taken in the Morocco Pavilion, and what's really nice is often the queues at the pavilions are quite short, and you can get some great photos, and the photographers are hilarious. They've been such fun today. There's also a restaurant in this pavilion that I've always wanted to go to, which is Spice Road Table. I did want to get a reservation this trip for my first day, but it's only opening for dinner, and I was going to be at Magic Kingdom in the evening, so I've missed out. But again, I've got to come back, obviously. It's obviously, everything's telling me I've got to come back, right? We're kind of doing a whistle stop tour now of the pavilions, because I'm super conscious of the time and the fact that soon the fireworks will be happening. So I want to try and get as far around World Showcase as I can before that. Next up is the Japan Pavilion. Again, I just think the pavilions are so beautifully themed, and they're even more stunning at night. This is also home to one of my all-time favourite Disney World restaurants, Shikisai. It is absolutely incredible. The food is delicious. So I would highly recommend that. If you're coming to Epcot, get a reservation for Shikisai, because you won't regret it. And now we've got to the middle of World Showcase, and we're in the America Pavilion. And currently you can hear some music, because the Eat to the Beat concert series is currently happening. So during this festival, the Food and Wine Festival, they have 3 concerts that happen. And they have bands like Hanson and Boyz II Men and stuff like that. I don't know who's playing tonight. Starship, I'm not sure who that is, but it's free. So if you get here early enough, you can get a seat, or they do dining packages, and you can go and see the bands that way if you want a guaranteed seat, which would be great if it's a band that you love. And the good thing is, if you're just in the pavilion, you can obviously hear the band, and you can also stand behind the seating area and watch if you'd like. So that's a really good option if you'd like a free concert. And as we exit the America Pavilion, we then enter Italy. This is very much modelled on Venice and St. Mark's Square, and again, very stunning, particularly at night. I do actually think the best time to visit World Showcase is now, because the temperature has dropped a bit, it's a bit more comfortable, and it's just stunning, everything lit up. So I would highly recommend, if you're thinking like, oh, well, we do want to do World Showcase, do we do it in the daytime, just get it out of the way, or do we do it at night and like save it? I think the nighttime is so stunning. And now we are entering my favourite pavilion, which is Germany. I just think it is so cute, it's really, really beautiful, and also amazing shops. I'm obsessed with the shops here, so definitely got to go in and see what's on offer this time. Just the most beautiful pavilion. It's so pretty lit up. So first up, let's go in the Christmas ornament shop. Something I always love to look at is the Christmas pickle. Last year I fell into the trap and I bought the Christmas pickle, and I love it. If you watched my last vlog series, you will know during my trip I met up with Sarah and Lisa and Peter, who are all from Germany. And I've been asking them, like, is this a real thing? Or have we been conned? And they're like, it's not a thing. It is a German-American tradition. It's not a German tradition per se, but I've fallen into the trap and now I have the Christmas pickle and I love it. I love these German Christmas ears, they are so cute. But they have lots and lots of different Christmas decorations. I do love that they are super, super shiny. And you can also get things like pretzels and glühwein. So I think it's amazing. But these are very, very cute, and it's just so lovely to have a little Christmas shop. And then next door we have lots of merch with iconic sayings, such as, I don't give a schnitzel. You could also buy your famous steins in here for your beer, and you can also get some iconic things like a little hat and something that I actually own, the Mickey pretzel bag. But I genuinely love everything in here. I'm obsessed with this shop. Oh, this is an amazing ear hat as well. Like, it's brilliant. We've got lots of Oktoberfest merch. Oh my god, so we've got some amazing Mickey pretzel ears. And then in here you can get a famous German booze and sweet treats to take home. And they also have a crystal shop, which is very stunning. Of course, the most amazing thing in here is the EPCOT ball that you can get, which is absolutely incredible. It does cost $79,000, but it is beautiful. They also have some Snow White ornaments, which is amazing. They also have a shop that does plushies and anything to do with kind of this pavilion, such as like Snow White, but also they have the traditional teddy bears that you can buy from Steiff, who are a really famous teddy bear company. So this wall has a collection of all of the amazing Steiff teddy bears. I do actually have a mini, but I'm obsessed with the Mickey who's holding his own Steiff teddy bear. And they don't just have Disney characters, they have lots of different Steiff teddy bears. And then of course they have Snow White. This is from the new film rather than the animated film. I also love that they do have Deutschland merchandise with 7 dwarves on, which I think is amazing. It's so cool. And they also have Rapunzel, because of course a lot of famous fairy tales are German. They also have loads of cookie pots that you can actually purchase. But I love everything about this pavilion. I love the amazing shops and the range of merch you can get. Biergarten is one of my favourite restaurants in Epcot. The food is great and you get a little show. And I just think it's really, really fun as well. Something that I really appreciate about Epcot is all of the cast members are from the countries that they represent. So it's so wonderful to get to chat to them and find out a bit more about where they are from. And that's what I think makes this park so unique, but it's so authentic as well, because it's so wonderful to get to chat to people from these actual countries. And you know, in the pandemic that had to stop and it took a little while for that to come back, but now it's fully back. It's just wonderful again. Something that has become a tradition for me every single trip is getting a Schöfferhofer, so I'm going to go and do it. Schöfferhofer has become an icon of Epcot. You can get the normal group food version in the pavilion, but during Food and Wine they also have the different flavoured ones. So I think this year it's a berry flavoured one, last year it was lemon, which was delicious. So let's go and try that. It's interesting because I really dislike beer, but it doesn't taste like beer, and it's only like 2% alcohol, so it's not even really like booze, which is probably why I like it. So I got the berry lime version of Schöfferhofer this time. It is always nice to try the different flavours, because the grapefruit is classic, and like I say, if you don't like beer or grapefruit, you're still gonna like it, and it's just super crisp, super refreshing. But let's try this flavour. Oh, that's really good. I've never had a flavour of Schöfferhofer that I don't like. And in this heat, it's so good. Like, you can buy Schöfferhofer at home, the cans. It's not the same. It's not the same. It definitely tastes better in Epcot. And this is so good, so refreshing. And like I say, if you don't really drink or you don't like beer, you will definitely like Schöfferhofer. And I think that's actually interesting about Schöfferhofer is it was never ever sold in the US. It originally became a special item at the Germany booth during Food and Wine, and it became super popular. People loved it. It became so popular, and there was such a cult following that they then ended up selling it in the pavilion itself. And it was the only place in the US you could buy it. And then because it became this like cult item that everyone talked about, everyone was like, you've got to get the Stroopwafel, which is why I ended up having it. I don't like beer and I don't like grapefruit, because everyone went on about it. I was like, I've got to try it. And it became so popular that they ended up selling it across the US, and the US is now the second biggest drinker of Stroopwafel in the world. So I think that's amazing that it all started out from a little booth, you know, at EPCOT, and now it's super popular. But get the Stroopwafel, we love it. I think I have scouted a spot next to the Germany pavilion where I can watch Luminous, and I found a little ledge to put my camera on. So hopefully we will get a good view. I haven't ever seen this before, so I don't know what it's going to be like, but we'll see if this is a good spot. Cast member earlier was saying kind of anywhere around World Showcase is a good place to view it, and that is something that I do like about fireworks at EPCOT. It's such a large viewing area that it's much easier to find a good spot and also to not feel crushed in a big crowd, because there's so many spaces for people to be. So let's see what this is like. As will come as a surprise to literally no one, I'm crying. That was my first time seeing Luminous, and it was just such a beautiful story of kind of like the story of life and like birth and loss, and also the connection of people. But also, it was a really fantastic fireworks show. There was tons and tons of different types of fireworks. I also think, because it's getting towards the end of the trip, you know, I never ever take it for granted how lucky I am to be here and how much I enjoy it. So I always end up like this at the fireworks, but it was a really, really, really good show. And it's just been an amazing, amazing trip. So I'm going to compose myself and act like a normal adult person that can regulate their emotions and carry on working my way around World Showcase, because it's still at Germany, and I have to say this is a fantastic place to watch the fireworks. There was basically no one here. You had a completely unobstructed view, and this is something that is great about EPCOT and the fireworks, is you've got such a huge range of places to watch. People tend to stick more towards the front of the park, Canada, Mexico, just because it's easier to get out, quicker to get out. But if you're wanting a quieter place, this is a really fantastic spot. Such a beautiful park. Not just like at night, it's just so stunning. And they're also playing songs related to the park and the different pavilions. This little acoustic version of One Little Spark is amazing. Yeah. Something else that I really like during the show is that the pavilions lit up. the actual buildings all had lights on. And at certain points in the show, they would light up, and it was really cool. And the fireworks obviously are in the centre, but also they shoot out from the pavilions into the centre, which was really cool. So yeah, everything about it, I loved it. It was amazing. I actually think Epcot is quite a nice park to leave, in the sense of you've got the Skyliner at the back of the park taking people to some of their resorts. You have the monorail that's taking people who have maybe park hopped from Magic Kingdom, or maybe they're staying at Magic Kingdom Resort. You have the car park, you have the buses. There's so many different ways to leave Epcot. It kind of spaces people out. I do hear, obviously, at this time the Skyliner queue is very long, but it moves quite quickly because obviously the Skyliner moves continuously. And like at the moment, because I came from the Germany Pavilion, so kind of more towards the back of the park, and I'm walking to the front of the park, there's basically no one around. It's got the whole park to yourself, which is lovely. I needed to have a little sit down and rest my feet before getting back to the car. So I have come to the area that's kind of near Connections and Communical Hall, which has all of this amazing seating. It's lit up at night, it's really beautiful. And I think what I'm going to do as well is the Walt statue is here. So I'm going to go get a selfie with it at night. And you have the Spaceship Earth golf ball behind you lit up. So I think that's going to be perfect. But yeah, sometimes it's nice just to have a little sit down. There's a lot of people just being like, I've got to rest my feet before I can get back to the car. So it's absolutely perfect. And the park, even though it's now shut, that means like the rides, restaurants, etc are shut, but it's not like they will immediately kick you out. Obviously they don't want you to like linger too long, but there will still be people in queues for rides. So say they went to Test Track 5 minutes before it shut, they will be waiting however long they wait. So it's not like they are rushing you out the park. And I'm also going to see if there's some more photopass photographers, because normally, as I say, as you exit the park, there's loads. And this is a really good time to get those nighttime shots. Same at Magic Kingdom. When I left Magic Kingdom the other night, every 10 feet there was a photopass photographer down Main Street. So it's a really nice time to go and get some photos as well. Something that I don't think gets talked about enough is how great the score is in Epcot. And particularly this part of the park is so beautiful. And especially at night when you're leaving the park and everything's lit up, it's really amazing. And yeah, I just don't feel like we talk about it so much. There's so many things to talk about the park. And these ambient things are so easy to kind of skip over. But I think that's one thing when you're solo, you do sometimes pick up on things, because when you're with other people, you're just chatting and it's so exciting. But when you're on your own, you're like, oh, I've noticed that thing, or you pick up on these little things, and yeah, it's a beautiful score. What an incredible day it has been. It has been so relaxing. It was lovely to start the day by going to the outlet and getting some great bargains, and then food and wine is always such a highlight of every trip. It's so wonderful just to walk around eating and drinking. It's like the perfect rest day activity, and Epcot is just such a stunning park. When I was a kid, I didn't get Epcot because I was all about the rides. I was like, where are the rides? What's this? What's going on? But now as an adult, I love Epcot. It's so beautiful. It's a really stunning park, but also just getting to go and meet people from all around the world, eat and drink all around the world, and there are still fantastic rides here I absolutely love. So this has been wonderful, and it was so nice to see Luminous for the very first time. I absolutely loved it, and I got some amazing photos. Today's been iconic, and as an adult, Epcot is one of my absolute favourite parks now, just because it is so relaxing, and there's just such a great atmosphere, and I just love it. I've got such a different appreciation for it, and every time I come, I spot new things. I just will never get bored of coming to Epcot, and look how stunning this is at night. It's just beautiful. So tomorrow is my final full day, which is absolutely outrageous. It's going to be a Magic Kingdom one, and then we still have 2 days of the trip, but tomorrow's the final full day. I cannot wait. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day as well, because Tron has a new overlay for the new Tron Ares film, so I'm going to go check that out. But what a beautiful way to end the day. So thank you so much for watching this vlog, and until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye.
What a fantastic rest day this was. This is what I love saying. You can absolutely visit the Disney parks but still have a more relaxed day, and this was the perfect example of that. Today I spent £122.78, which I don't think was too bad considering most of that was from the outlet. For food and wine itself, I only spent £31.24, and that was for 5 dishes, a specialty drink and a small beer, which I think was pretty good. Less than the cost of a table service meal in Disney World. The total spend so far has been £2,788.30, which leaves me with £211.70 for the next 2 days. I feel like that's pretty good going. I'm starting to take more risks with the budget to see how far we can push it. So let's see how the challenge goes over the final 2 days of the trip. I want to say another massive thank you to voiceoverguide.co.uk for sponsoring this series and for this amazing challenge. Do go check out his website and his YouTube channel so you can find out all of the places that you have heard his voice, because you absolutely have.